Okay, my name is Bryan Koh, and I'm the author of Milk, Pigs and Violet Gold, Philippine Cookery. And the idea for this book actually, came quite some time back, around 5-6 years ago. I was a freelance journalist. I was writing for a few food and travel, for the food and travel sections of a few magazines actually. And I was and I still am a very avid cookbook reader. And it occurred to me actually that we didn't really have a book on any of the Southeast Asian cuisines that had much of a narrative. You had something that was rather like an instruction manual, and you had something that was so thick and so academic that it intimidated people. So I thought that it would be quite nice to strike a middle ground, so to speak, to have something that gave a lot of information, that was, that was allowed to be complex, and yet had a tone about it. It had a narrative. It engaged people. Something that would engage people, that would draw the reader in, as opposed to simply dispensing information or barking instructions. So that was the intent. I didn't actually think about Philippine cuisine until I came to the Philippines to do. It was actually a writing trip, and I was sent to San Benito, near Lipa, to cover this. It was actually a detox. It is a detox facility, still there. A detox facility called The Farm. After that work trip, actually, I was taken around Batangas to eat because my domestic helper knew someone who could take me around. A lot of the food we had at home was Filipino. My yaya was with me since I was 2. She left our family when I was 13, and she was from La Union, all the way up north. And so whatever she cooked, a lot of the things she cooked were from the Ilocano repertoire, if you will. We had pinakbet, we had igado, all of those things. And I loved them tremendously. Sinigang, adobo, you name it, she cooked it. But I never really bothered to question what was beyond that. I loved it, and it was we considered comfort food, and it was part of everyday eating for us. But I never thought about it. So it was that trip that actually inspired me to explore more, to learn more, and to write a bit more. And back then as well, 5-6 years ago, I had domestic helpers from other parts of the Philippines. I had one of them was from Laguna, and another one was from Butuan in Mindanao. So they brought and they showed me whatever they would cook whenever they were back in the Philippines. They made, so at home we prepared sumang. We made puchero quite a few times, I remember. And so I learned through them. So this book was written over the span of about 3 years actually. I traveled the country with the help of 2 friends I met in Cornell, Bianca Nunag and Suzanne Lee. They were the ones who introduced me to people who knew about local cuisine. So they gave me very necessary contacts, without which this book would probably not have been able to be written. So it took me 3 years, multiple trips. I traveled to the country probably at least 10 times, all the way up north from the Ilocos, all the way down south to Zamboanga. And at every stop, at every town, every city, go to the market, talk to people, ask them questions about whatever they cooked, meet families as well, family cooks, and they were the ones actually who provided a lot of the recipes for the book. And I found out actually that food is a very, very good way to learn more about people and to learn more about culture, about history. What I did realize writing the book, as I started writing, was that it could not just be about the food. It had to be about the relationships people had with food. And so Milk, Pigs and Violet Gold is, in very many ways, it documents the relationship these people have with their cuisine, with things that they cook.